If you spend any time on the financial side of YouTube, you've definitely seen it. The flashy cars, the luxury apartments in Dubai, and these big promises of financial freedom, all supposedly powered by trading the Forex market. So today, we're going to dive into that world, as seen through the eyes of the YouTubers who live and breathe this stuff every single day. And let's just start with the kind of headline that pulls millions of people in. I mean, come on, this isn't some rare thing. This is the core of the entire pitch. The idea that you can make life-changing money, not in years, but in just a few days. It's an incredibly powerful hook, right? But here's the thing, it's not even just about the money. It's about the entire lifestyle. These are more than just words. They're an entire brand, an aesthetic that's built around the idea of the successful trader. You see these videos, a day in the life of a Forex millionaire, and they're all inviting you to, join the Lambo gang. The message couldn't be clearer. Trading is your ticket to a completely different life. So, that's what we're here to do. We're going to try and peel back the curtain on this whole fascinating subculture. We're going to follow the typical journey of someone trying to become a trader, from those dreams of supercars to the actual nitty-gritty reality of the charts, all based on what these YouTube mentors are actually teaching. Okay, so the very first step for anyone who wants to do this is learning to read the market. And this isn't about just, guessing if a line is going to go up or down. No. It's about learning a completely new and incredibly complex language. And the second you start down this path, you are going to hear this one term over and over and over again: smart money concepts, or SMC. So what on earth is it? Well, the core idea, which you'll find on countless channels, is actually pretty simple. Don't trade against the big players, the massive banks and financial institutions. They're the smart money. They have the size, the capital, the structure to actually move the market. Your job is to be a detective, to look at the charts and figure out what they're doing, and then just trade along with them. And yeah, this is where your head might start to spin a little bit, because it's not just one or two ideas. It's an entire vocabulary, a flood of jargon. I mean, look at this list: order blocks, fair value gaps, turtle body soup. What even is that? Each one of these is its own deep rabbit hole, and it really shows you just how complex this world gets. But here's a crucial trap that a lot of beginners fall into, and guys like GFX talk about this all the time. Just knowing the terms isn't enough. The goal isn't to just draw a bunch of lines on a chart to justify what you hope will happen. The whole point is to build a structured plan, and if this, then that kind of approach that gives you a repeatable process whether any single trade wins or loses. All right, so let's say you've learned a strategy. You've got the lingo down. You'd think you're ready to go, right? Well, not quite, because now you run into what almost every YouTuber calls the single biggest hurdle in trading: your own brain. This is where the real battle begins. First, you get those incredible highs. You go on a huge winning streak, and it seriously feels like you found the cheat code to the financial markets. That dream lifestyle feels so real, like it's right there in your grasp. And then the flip side hits you hard. As the YouTuber, Anthony's World, puts it, there's a dark truth here. The pressure, the stress, the absolutely devastating feeling of taking a big loss, or a bunch of losses in a row, that can completely destroy a trader. It doesn't matter how good your strategy is on paper. So this brings us to a lesson you'll hear from pretty much every single seasoned trader out there. Winning is not about finding some magic strategy that never loses. That just doesn't exist. Winning is about having a system that allows you to survive your losses so you can still be in the game when the wins finally come. And that leads us to a single number. Honestly, this might be the most important number in the entire world of trading: 1%. This right here, this is the golden rule. It's called risk management. It means it doesn't matter if you're feeling super confident or totally terrified. It doesn't matter if you just won 5 trades in a row or lost 5 in a row. You risk a small, fixed amount, like 1% of your account, on every single trade. It's the mechanical rule that saves you from yourself and keeps you in the game long enough for your strategy to actually work. Okay, so you've got a strategy, you're trying to keep your head straight, but you're not operating in a vacuum here. There's this whole world, this entire industry and market structure that's been built up around people just like you, aspiring traders. And this whole ecosystem really breaks down into 4 main parts. You've got the mentors, the YouTubers themselves. You've got their courses. You have the brokers, which are the companies that give you access to the market. And then there's the really big one, the one that's kind of changed everything lately: prop firms. So how do these prop firms work? Well, the idea is actually super simple. Instead of risking, say, thousands of your own dollars, you pay a small fee to take a challenge.
If you can prove you're a good trader by hitting their targets, the firm gives you a huge account to trade with. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. You trade their money, and you get to keep a big chunk of the profits. It's a total game changer. And when we talk about rewards, I mean, they can be absolutely mind-blowing. One channel recently highlighted a trader who got over $500,000 in payouts from these firms in just 3 months. So yeah, you can see why this model has become so incredibly popular. So, after all of that, the Lambo lifestyle, the crazy jargon, the psychological warfare, this whole prop firm world, what does it all really boil down to? What's the one ultimate lesson that seems to unite all the successful traders on YouTube? You know what? I think this quote from Stick Trader just nails it. Trading isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It's not about being a genius who can predict the future. It's a business built on math and probability. Your real job isn't to be right all the time. Your real job is to manage your risk so that the times you are right pay for all the times you're wrong. And that's really the big secret, isn't it? There is no secret. The strategies are all out there, most of them for free on YouTube. The real edge, the thing that actually separates the tiny percentage who make it from the vast majority who don't, it's not the strategy. It's just pure, boring discipline to follow your rules day in and day out. So in the end, the entire playbook is right there. It's out in the open for anyone to see. But we all know that knowing the path and actually walking the path are two very different things. In a game where your own mind is your biggest enemy, the final question really has nothing to do with the charts at all. It's about you.